What is up, everybody? Today I'm back bringing you guys another Digimon video. Today we're doing a little guide where I'm going to be going over what all the stats mean on every single Digimon, how you can train them, and how they work differently on both the Vital Bracelet Arena app and the bracelets themselves. So you can see we have two Digimon here. We have Grace Novamon and Belphemon Rage Mode. And you can see they actually have different stats. You see the Grace Novamon has a much higher base HP, but it has a little bit lower BP, right? And so what do those stats even mean? Obviously, the HPs you can see on the page that I have up here from Digimon Web stands for hit points. Basically how much hit points your Digimon have. So they want to, when they're receiving damage, they can only take so much damage before they get KO'd, and that's their hit points. Pretty standard stuff. The next thing is going to be AP, and so the AP obviously stands for attack power, how much damage they deal with every single attack. Now those attacks work differently on the app and the bracelet. Basically the bracelet is just a base set damage. When you're playing on the app, it depends on like how much you actually get in the little mini game popping balloons. But the BP is the one that's the biggest difference. So the BP, you can see this page says points related to hit and avoidance on Digimon attacks. So on the bracelets, that's when you're doing NFC battles or adventure mode battles, and your ability to dodge and hit. So it's actually the most important stat. Whenever you're doing stuff on these BE devices, you want to be doing, you want to be raising basically your BP and like your HP first, because you're always going to do like a set amount of damage, even if your AP is low, but you want to be able to dodge and hit your attacks as often as possible. It works a little bit differently on the actual app though. So your BP in the app is related to that little defense minigame. And, you know, basically if you get like an excellent, you get like a 25, and you basically mitigate a lot of damage from your opponent's attack. There are also Digimon, you can see Belphemon has an ability here that says raise his own BP by 15%. If you meet a certain requirement. This requirement is to have a Digimon partner of a different attribute. Now, that pretty much makes it so I would say HP is one of the better stats in the game, but there's also situations where BP is one of the best, is probably the best stat in the game, because there's a lot of abilities that can raise BP. If we actually take a look at like a little tier list made by Humulos, you can actually like sort these things by what has like the highest BP in the game, what has the highest HP in the game. You can see Grace Novamon is the one with the highest HP. And then from there, you can get abilities that actually raise your BP to actually put this big HP stat to use. You can also, from there, just sort it by score and see like what is, you know, the best Digimon in the game for basically every single type. Let me know if you want to see like a breakdown of this in the future. But basically, all these things can kind of be changed to some extent. And as far as getting these Digimon up to 999 in every single stat, what you want to be doing is doing squats, crunches, punches, and dashes in the app. And I've talked a little bit about it before. There is an update for the BE devices that basically gives you items in games. So when you're doing NFC battles, you can unlock things that give you boosters and give you a bigger multiplier every time. Every time you do like a squat, you'll get like 3 or 5 or 30 or something like that. So do that update. Maybe I'll try and include a video where you guys can see how to get that update linked in the description. But basically, just doing a ton of those things is going to get your Digimon. You can see all these have 999 and other stats. It's going to be pretty important you have that 100-hour limit to do so. And what I'm going to do right now is actually just go into the arena, and please leave a question if you have any questions at all. We're just going to play a test game just to show you guys kind of how the stats work together for those of you guys that might need just a little bit of a refresher. So we're going to go right into a game here. I like that you can always do training battles just to practice. People should be doing training battles every day, every other day, just to keep your skills fresh, I would say. So we see, obviously, just a little, what is it, like a bot CPU up there. We're going to lead up with the Belphemon because Belphemon has that BP boosting ability if our teammates have a different attribute. And so we are going second, so we're going to be able to see that in action right now. So defense. So we can click the defense and go into that little game where we click an excellent, or we can click protect. Let's go defense first. It doesn't really matter what I get. I'm glad I got the excellent for the tutorial though. So we can see, normally you would get a 25 boost, right? But because we have that ability, we get an extra boost to our defense. So this attack that's going to be coming, even though it's from a bot that got a low roll, they're not doing anything at all, even a little bit. Nothing. That was a critical hit, did nothing. Right? And so now when we're going to be attacking, we're using our attack power to actually do stuff. So let's just go for an attack, and it doesn't really matter what happens here. But this is a great time to leave a like on the video or leave a comment if you want to see more content like this or have any other guides you want to see me work on in the future. And my first little warm-up game of the day, and I'm doing all right. Anything over 20 is usually a pretty good roll for me. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your usual combo is. So you see big damage because Belphemon actually has like a pretty decent base attack stat in my opinion. I think Belphemon's a mon that's like pretty slept on. So obviously we're going to one-shot those little bot things. Oh, I thought they had a guts boost. So Metal Greymon. really cool thing here about the defense and the ability that activates for Belphemon is it actually still works even when you click a protect, which normally makes your teammate take all the damage. Belphemon still gets that 15% boost, which I think is kind of funny. But you can see you can always have teammates come in and soak the damage as well. Again, it's not going to be doing anything. And so let's just finish this guy off with an absolutely massive W attack. And hopefully that explains a little bit of how the stats work. Again, when you're playing on the bracelets, the most important stat is going to be that BP, because it's the one that means you're going to be dodging. It's the one that means your attacks are going to be landing. So if you are using the items in the bracelet, be sure to always save either those gold ones that give you a 3x multiply and everything, or the ones that raise your BP the most. And let me just correctly make sure that I'm going to tell you guys the right information. Basically, the one that increases your BP is the dash, the one that increases your HP is the sit-up, the crunch, and the one that increases your AP is the punch. And obviously, everyone knows that the squat is the one that increases your PP, which is the thing you need to actually evolve your Digimon. So hopefully this little guide helped. Feel free to let me know in the comments if I left something out or if there's something you want me to go a little bit deeper on. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.